Yes, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here, and we are back with the match review. Unbelievable. I'm wrong again. There's a shock. Leeds United win down in the capital. Fantastic result for Leeds United. Few disclaimers before we get on with the video, guys. Get your comments in. Obviously, please like the video. I read every single comment, and I want to get onto the comment stuff because it's been a bit of a toxic week in the life of Leeds United. Obviously, everything's happened with Cody Drame. I've got my certain opinion on that. Obviously, it's not been a great run of results. The transfer window isn't as peak as we want it to be at the minute. So, listen, obviously, opinions go around on Twitter, and Twitter isn't the real world. We know that. But if you come onto this channel, you come onto my social medias and abuse me for an opinion, you will get blocked. It's really simple. You can be in the comment section below and have an opinion. I have so many people disagree with me every single video. Go look at any preview, any review, any tweet I put out. Everybody disagrees with me. That's beautiful. That's the subjectivity of football. That's what makes football, everybody. That is what I welcome. Today, I'm going to address Jack Harrison. I'm going to address Marcelo Bielsa and how he got it right. I was wrong. That's what opinions are all about. That's what football, as I've just said, is all about. It's fantastic. The moment you call someone a name, the moment you like a comment where someone else has called you a name, that you're still involved with it there. That's still abusing someone. So you will be blocked. That happens. So it's happened on Twitter this week. I block people. You don't want negative people in your life who are calling you names. Get rid of that rubbish. These people then retweet what you're saying, then call you another name. And you've proved my point. So listen, everybody, there's been great people who've come into my life over the last 6 months who've helped me and said to me, get rid of these people out of your life. That's exactly what I've done. So I just wanted to touch on that beforehand because I know a lot of you guys message me as well. I'm very lucky to be in the position I am, and I take that as a massive thing. A lot of you guys message me and with problems and stuff like that, and any negativity like that, especially on social media, get rid, everybody. You don't need it in your life. You are fantastic the way you are. Little self-help thing before we start the thing, but I know it's been a mad week, and thank God it's ended like this. It's ended in such a positive. It's ended with Leeds United getting an extremely rare win in the capital. And let me address the comments, as I always do. I address where I was wrong. Jack Harrison, completely wrong. I think still, I'll stand by my sword with him. It needs to be more consistent. He runs himself into trouble a lot of the time, but today was fantastic. He was very good as well against Burnley as well. So listen, I want him to prove me wrong. I want Matthias Klick to prove me wrong. He was fantastic today as well. Absolutely brilliant today. Marcelo Bielsa got his tactical plan spot on. He told West Ham from the start. He told them in interviews beforehand and press conferences, what we've all listened to. He told them what was going to happen. We were going to set up in a certain way. Dan James was always going to go up front. Bamford might not be available. Rodrigo's back from selection. Do what you will. Set up how you need to, because this is how we're going to be setting up. West Ham weren't able to figure it out, really. I thought Leeds were the better team throughout. I thought we deserved it. Listen, with this side, there's a big problem in terms of set pieces. West Ham are extremely good at set pieces, and we've got to take that into consideration as well. But Leeds are very, very poor. We saw that with the Bowen goal in terms of Dallas just losing Bowen. And that was extremely, extremely frustrating. But the first goal as well, obviously Dawson missed the gilt-edged chance as well. But who cares? By the by, it is what it is. But that's sort of the negativity from the performance. It's not just the fact that West Ham were great because they weren't at set pieces. I thought it was very easy for them. But Leeds, who have been quite decent on defensive set pieces this season, were really poor today in that aspect. But that's the only negative I'm going to talk about today, because Leeds were brilliant. We went to the capital, a side that was fourth in the division at the start of play. Leeds went there, decimated squad as it was. I think Rodrigo brought the average age to about 18, 19, was it? You've got Archie Gray on the bench. You've got Noah Kenne on the bench as well. You've literally got you've got nursery. It's nursery rhyme vibes on the bench. So Leeds did extremely well. In the first 15, 20 minutes, I thought Adam Forshaw was impeccable. The one thing we didn't want in this game, as I referenced to in my last review post, was Declan Rice to start dictating. Didn't have his midfield partner Souček with him in this game, but that's no excuse. Declan Rice can dictate a game whenever he wants. He still was very good in this game, but I thought we managed him quite well. We were able to squeeze him out into the pockets of space on the wings, which meant he wasn't as effective through that central space. And overall, I thought the best player in those first 20 minutes, everybody, was Adam Forshaw. I thought he was dictating the game extremely well. Leeds looked good. And we got a little bit of a break, and Forshaw got an assist, didn't he? Pulled it back. Leeds on another offensive spring, which kept happening within those first minutes. Ball played back from Adam Forshaw, and a great finish from Jack Harrison. A great finish from Jack Harrison. And as I've said multiple times, people hold you to ransom for comments that you've made in the past. I will stick by what I've said with Jack Harrison. There needs to be more consistency from this lad. We've needed him previously. For me, he's not come to the fore, but today he's come to the fore and we've needed him against the top side where I don't think he's put in good performances against before. I think a lot of it is against the bottom half sides, which is okay. You know, that's where we need to be picking up points, but sometimes I think he goes missing against the mid-table sort of top teams. Today, he shut me up. He shut a lot of people up who have been critical of him. But as we say as Leeds fans, that's what I want Jack Harrison to shut me up. You know, there's a weird sort of online persona, and you'll see it in the comments as well. It's like, you got it wrong. So what? Who cares? I'm not that proud that I can't admit that I'm wrong. Yeah, and I thought he was brilliant today. Really, really good. Great finish. Swept home really nicely. Rafinha tried to get on the end of it. I thought, oh God, if he'd have got on the end of that, it could have been an offside. And yeah, Leeds went 1-0 up. Unfortunately, with Leeds this season, though, I think we've taken the lead and lost the lead 6 times, only beaten by Newcastle, who've got it in 9. And you did think to yourself, we need a second here. We need 2 or 3 to kill this lot off, because West Ham are a very good side. We know that. Jared Bowen, Declan Rice, Vlasic, Antonio. They've got extremely good offensive players going forward. And that's proof in the pudding with wins at home against Chelsea and Liverpool this season and being in the position where they are fighting for the top 4. They're a brilliant side. And that's why you should not underestimate how good this win was. But yeah, obviously West Ham then scored. I thought it was a soft goal, a really soft goal to sort of give away. Set piece again in terms of against West Ham. It seems to be every single time we play West Ham, it's a set piece. It's a scrappy goal, but they worked it well. Aaron Cresswell's delivery is unbelievable, and it was throughout the entire game, to be quite honest with you. And it's 1-1. You're thinking to yourself, oh no, you're thinking, God, we've seen this before, haven't we? We saw this against West Ham. It wasn't just against any other team. We've seen it against our actual opposition on the day. So, yeah, they scored 1-1, and you're thinking, and we weren't managing the game that well, I thought. We were giving up chances. You know, West Ham were getting in, but Leeds were still getting in. You know, we were still having opportunities as well. I thought Rafinha grew into the game. I thought at the start he was poor. He was giving the ball away, but we saw Rafinha evolve. I don't think we've seen him really in the past 2 or 3 games hit those levels, but I thought absolutely exponentially better in terms of about 8, I'd say probably 75 minutes today. He was absolutely fantastic. And Leeds obviously got a second goal 4 minutes later from a header. Unbelievable. Just in terms of the first header we won. Obviously, Ayling knocks it down. Harrison's there following it up, and brilliant from Jack Harrison, anticipating it. Luke Ayling beats Issa Diop. You know, I've always said with Leeds, we can be a threat from set pieces. You know, Robin Koch, Diego Llorente, Pascal Strauch. We've got the players in the round to be able to hurt teams on set pieces. We don't do it enough. We don't score from enough set pieces, but we let enough in. And I thought it was a really nice header from Luke Ayling. Glanced on. It was never going to go in, but I don't think that was the intention. He was at an acute angle. Nice little nod on. And who's there at the back stick? Jack Harrison. You've got to be there. You know, you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to gamble. That's what Harrison did. Suspected offside, but it wasn't. Slowed down. No offside at all. 2-1. You're thinking, God, Leeds, come on. Manage the game a bit better here. And then, you know, I believe it was maybe just before this, we sort of had the injury crisis as well. It might have been 1-0, actually, and we'll touch on that. Obviously, Forshaw, and you were thinking, oh, man. Forshaw goes off after about 20 minutes, and he's been brilliant. And it was before the goal, obviously, before the second. I think it was 1-0 at the time. Forshaw goes off, and you're thinking, God, no, the conductor in the midfield, the orchestrator of everything that was going well for Leeds United. Unfortunately, pulls up, looked like hamstring, and you were thinking, I can't believe it. He's been given a new contract, and then this has happened straight away. It just seemed typical, and it's been typical of Leeds United's season, another injury. And I've always said it's so frustrating because it seems like every other team, a player will go down. You know, Antonio went down early on. 4-0s, I think, went down in the game as well. And they never get dragged off. They never get taken off, where it feels like every single time a Leeds player goes down, there's no recovery. There's never, ever any recovery. They're just off the pitch. And you were thinking to yourself, God, but listen, Lewis Bate came on, and then Firpo as well. You saw him like sort of hobbling on with his hamstring. His hamstring was giving him some problems. I thought he was good in that first sort of 20 as well. He was mowing down that left-hand side, really helping Jack Harrison. They look good. We look really, really good in that first 20. Very unexpected, as I mentioned in my my pre-match and with my score predictions. As I say, guys, listen, you might not like it, and you don't have to be subscribed to the channel. A, don't abuse, and B, listen, just if you're wrong, always own it. And I think we all do that. I think there's a fair few people who won't do that, but you've always got to own it. And yeah, as I've said multiple times, my score prediction was wrong, my preview was wrong, but the basis that I was, the trends and patterns that I was basing it on was right. It's backed up. But listen, Lewis Bate came on. Thought he looked really good. Really technical in the midfield, holds the ball well. His focus is excellent. His concentration going forward, really, really nice. Some nice link-up play as well. He doesn't look hectic on the ball. He doesn't always want to pass it one touch, which I feel in this Leeds United side, sometimes it's chaos. It really is chaos. Lewis Bate came on and calmed the game down a little bit. I thought he was really, really good in terms of his own expectations. A lot of you guys might think, he was average, but it's, you got to think he's coming into this game. It's his Premier League debut against Declan Rice. And I thought he did well. I thought he did well for his first Premier League debut, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah, and then we also saw Leo Yelder come on at left back, who, for me, once again, was brilliant. And, we've talked so many times about Cresswell, Cooper, Koch, Llorente, Strauch, all these defenders that we've got. But then, you've got another one there in Leo Yelder, who is knocking on the door. Played left back, thought he was a lot more composed than he was this week. Excellent on the ball, was really good in terms of delivery on that left-hand side as well. I think that helped Jack Harrison out a lot. And he was good. He was good throughout the game. Didn't make any mistakes, which you sort of expect from a youngster maybe in his first game. But we've had so many youngsters who've come in. Yeah, you could argue there's been a few mistakes here and there, maybe sort of like Somerville in terms of his end product, and Cody Drame against Arsenal sort of stands out. But you look at the majority of it, and Joe Gelhardt and Leo Yelder, Charlie Cresswell, they've all been really good. They've all stepped in really, really nicely. And that's why you can see it working with Bielsa. The 23 has been so intertwined with the first team. That's where you see the beneficiaries of it, them knowing the system, them being able to judge each other's games so well, and the patterns of play so well. So that's why you can understand the small squad aspect. Not saying I agree with it, but I get it from that perspective. It does make a lot of sense. So yeah, on the stroke of half-time, another noticeable point was probably Dan James going through, and I couldn't believe it. I thought if he got that just before half-time, I think we weathered the first 10 minutes, which we didn't in the second half. We weathered that first 10 minutes. There is absolutely no question. I thought Leeds could go on to get another one because we were getting so many opportunities through the counter-attack as well with Rafinha and Jack Harrison. So anyway, Dan James gets a really, really good opportunity. I can't remember who feeds it through. It was either Harrison or Bate. And he's one-on-one, and he hits it against the keeper. I mean, Fabianski didn't even have to move, and it's an unbelievable opportunity to kill the game. It really is, just for half-time. And he had a really good opportunity after that as well. Dan James cutting on his right foot just past the post. But Leeds were having shots on goals. Leeds were having opportunities, which was so positive against a top four side, So, yeah, it was heart-wrenching because I thought that's going to come back to bite us. It's really, I said that to my dad. I went, that's going to come back to bite us. So, yeah, obviously, Leeds start the second half. We go out there. We're on the back foot a bit. I thought West Ham came out a little bit stronger, to be quite honest, which you'd have expected. And then the goal came, and it was once again something that I've been highly critical of with Leeds United. And as I say, guys, when I say these things, which people come back and say is negative standard, I feel it can be a bit of a lazy rebuttal. But I base everything on patterns and trends, and Leeds have been poor with the second ball this season. That's why we lose midfield battles. That's sometimes why you'll get Leeds, humping the ball up the pitch, and it'll be knocked down. And then, you might get, let's say, hypothetically, Ayling will knock the ball up the pitch. Dan James won't be able to win it. Diop will knock it down. Then Lanzini will beat Click to it. And we're seeing a lot of that in that sort of period, that 10 to 15 minute spell after half time, which we've seen a lot of this season. And the second balls, the recovery of those has been poor. And you saw in this game that when Leeds were winning the second balls, that's when we're getting our most success. And that's all about just being able to compete in the midfield for me. And I thought in key instances we were able to do that. But this is where we didn't. I think Luke Ayling pumped the ball up. It was recovered by West Ham. They streamed through the middle. Fornell's got it. It was just way too easy. He gets the ball. Maraud's inside and just puts it to Illan Mellier's right. And it just seems so easy. And you thought, we've done it again. We've given the ball away under no pressure. And they've won the second ball. They picked the ball up, then won the second ball when it's ricochet. 2-2, and your heart's somewhere else there, isn't it? You're thinking, look, let's just hang on for the draw here. Let's just hang on for the draw. But another great breakaway, and this is what I was talking about. Leeds won the second ball in the midfield. Rafinha gets the ball, puts a lovely ball through, and there's Jack Harrison with an absolutely delicate finish, a brilliant finish, which is what I've criticised Jack for before. I've said, sometimes his finishing can be questioned, but today he was absolutely fabulous. Everything he touched seemed to be working. He put a delicious ball in on that left-hand side as well, which wasn't met by anyone moments afterwards. And yeah, Jack was brilliant today. But listen, we then got the fourth, didn't we? And it was so unfortunate because Rodrigo looked onside for me. I know it hit him on the line. Leeds, a brilliant passage of play once again, counter-attack, a lot like Leeds last season. It reminded me a lot of the West Brom game, some of the attacks we were getting and how we were able to build through Harrison and Rafinha. But listen, the ball was played back by Rafinha and a great finish from Click, because it was absolutely piled in at him. And it looked like Rodrigo's leg was onside. I feel it was either Diop or Cresswell. I can't remember, but his foot looked on the same level as Diop and Cresswell, but it was instantaneously ruled out. Thought it was quite harsh, but yeah, just before that as well, what I want to say about Dan James, everybody, I know I spoke about his miss earlier on, but I want everybody to take into consideration that this guy's played left wing a small amount of times. It's been ridiculous. He's not a finisher, and I wouldn't expect our any of our wingers to be centre forward and be clinical in those situations. You might think that now in hindsight, but I thought Dan James was brilliant throughout the game. I thought he was closing down. He was trying to aerially compete against Diop and Dawson, which is a losing battle. But I thought he was doing okay. And I thought in the press he was fabulous. He really set the tone for Leeds. And I just wanted to come back on that quickly because I know people are going to hammer him for that miss when they shouldn't. And yeah, and then you had the closing stages, didn't you? The when West Ham were breaking, they had the free kick. Leeds switched off, and it's so frustrating when we switch off like that because we do it far too often. Antonio gets the ball on the left-hand side, puts the ball in, it's deflected, and Jared Bowen, with one of the misses of the season, for some reason has gone with his chest, should have gone with his head. And after him shushing the Leeds fans after he got the equaliser, that was just poetic justice, wasn't it? So fantastic to see Leeds pick up all 3 points. My man of the match will go to... It's got to be Jack Harrison, hasn't it? And I will say a sub man of the match was Matthias Click. I thought he was brilliant. Two players who I've criticised before. So listen, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Get your comments in the section below. We will be doing a debrief tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. The room mill will be out as well, so it's churning content. If we can get to 18,000, that would be unbelievable. Make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. Keep happy, keep healthy, everybody, as I always say. And listen, get rid of that negativity out of your life. You do not need it. Have a good one, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.